our speaker today, who is Casey Johnson. She is our chamber coordinator here in Prescott. So please help me welcome Casey. For those who don't know, which there aren't many, my name is Casey Johnson. I am the Prescott Area Chamber Coordinator. I started back in July. I know I've been to Kiwanis a couple times wearing different hats, and Franz and I were just discussing I still do work with my event and meeting planning business, so I still have a client for Pandora that I'm back and forth to DC on, and managing the Prescott Performing Arts Center up at the high school. But the last 6 months, I've been very excited to step in and take over the coordinator position at the chamber. Just wanted to maybe go over a few new things at the chamber. There's a few events coming up, and then maybe talk about some of the partnerships and then open it for any questions. Like I said, I started back in July. I've been a member of the chamber for the last couple of years with my business. I feel like just getting to know people was a great way to sort of network, and being new to town for the last 5 years, just trying to get in and meet some of the local businesses. So taking on this position, I, from the inside knew there were certain things that as a small business owner, I was hoping to get the chamber to see that we could also reach out to other businesses and just having that perspective. So I was really excited to be able to step into this. We definitely, Tricia did such an amazing job for the last 17 years, which is incredible. So there was a lot of events that had gone on in the past, a lot of processes and ways that things have been done. I think the board and then some of the members and stepping in as the coordinator, we had the opportunity to sort of, what does the future hold? What do we want to do next? How can we, increase membership? How can we offer more opportunities? What is the mission and the goal and the purpose? And so back in October, we sat down with our board, had a mini retreat for a couple hours, and just thought about ways to sort of, what does the future look like? How can we update this? One of the things we're working on right now for that is we did come up with a very new and concise chamber mission, that we as a chamber are here to support, promote, and connect businesses in the Prescott area. And it's that simple. And I think that following under those, to be able to support, promote, and connect, it really did give us some clear guidance as far as the purpose of our programming, what kind of members and what kind of outreach and fundraising opportunities that we want to provide the service for our members this coming year. We are also in the process of creating a new website. It is up and running. We haven't done a full launch of it yet, but we have a new website, and then we're down to the final steps of a new logo. So we just sort of felt like a whole refresh, a rebrand, and so hopefully we'll be able to do a big rollout of all that in the next month or so. And then again, just trying to reach out to some smaller businesses, some other businesses in town. We have a whole new, manufacturing distribution facility corridor up here. So I think, trying to incorporate those members. Still doing some outreach with that. We have about 60 members that have renewed for the 2020 year. Last year we were up to about 90, so we've got some work on just, with the new year, with the holidays, getting that information out and getting those memberships back in. But Partner Financial is one of our new members this year. We also have Twisted Oak joined us this year, and they're going to host our monthly coffees. So we're going to do a little different programming so that we can try to reach out to other members. A monthly lunch, and then the next month we will do a morning coffee on a Tuesday. So we'll continue our Wednesday lunches, January, March, May, every other month. But in talking to members, we realized that not everyone can break away for a noon lunch on a Wednesday. So hopefully Tuesday mornings, as you're heading into work or before work, stop by 7:30 Twisted Oak, and Matt is offering the coffee, and then we'll have just a sort of networking, and people can mix and mingle, update people on what's going on in their business. But again, just trying to change the format a little bit to see if we can reach out to some of our other members that, again, might not be able to make a noon lunch. So we're going to try that next month. Our first one will be Tuesday, February 4th at 7:30. But again, I think that we've talked to those members, trying to reach out to new people. We also, not only Twisted Oak, but from the ground up farms. They make organic peanut butter. They run one of the local orchards here in town. A younger couple, newer, so more fresh blood, that we just want new ideas. So they just joined as well. And then Hollister Mansion, which runs as an Airbnb here in town, joined as well. So those are our 4 new members so far. Jeremy?
So, Rick, you are a booster, correct?
Yes.
I am.
So that's also an option for individuals.
Correct.
I mean, even if, other people sitting here that don't exactly have
That's right.
businesses in town, you still have the opportunity to support, promote, and connect with businesses in town.
Or Casey does really good email, so you can know what's going on on the weekends or during the week. So if you want an email from her, she'd be happy to add you to her list.
So it's not necessarily just businesses, it's
That's
also individuals who want to support the mission of the chamber.
Correct. Yeah, and so part of this, our partnership, so I think getting a little closer and more engaged with the city of Prescott. I mean, they are a member. The school district is also a member, but I think those are some partnerships that we're looking to sort of strengthen this year. I mean, there are other organizations out there, like Kiwanis, even with the library, Great River Roads, and Freedom Park that's a member, but there are those kind of events that I think if there's a way to help promote and be partners in that respect, I mean, that's what we're really looking to do. The chamber doesn't need to own everything, we don't want to run everything, but as members, as a business growing in Prescott, we want to provide those opportunities to people. So the investment schedule, fee schedule, for $50 to be part of the chamber as an individual. We're always looking for ways to make this work for the businesses. But I think that's a really good point. I mean, to be an individual, we've got a lot of small business that are individuals. So even Barb Pajic, as she's still in business but retired and all that, but ways to make this work so that we want that volunteer, we want this leadership, we want the community involvement. If there are other individuals that are interested, we'd be happy to talk with them. I think that, again, trying to just mix up the programming, trying to get involved. We still do our highway cleanup. We're still going to do the poker stroll and our golf tournament. But then this past November, we did add a new event for the Ladies' Night Out, which I think was really excited about that event just because it came from the businesses. So while the bars and restaurants, and we do the poker stroll, and we do a lot of things to highlight those, I mean, the small businesses down on Broad Street there were very interested in creating this opportunity for an evening out. Turned out, in my mind, to be a huge success. I mean, tons of people that came out, an hour wait at Lucille's, people were all over town and hitting up the different bars and restaurants, and even Orange Dragon. Art Gallery had like 25 some people that came through. They made over $200 that night. I mean, just huge considering what they typically make or how many people that don't know it exists. So I think that alone, I really realized like how the opportunity worked for everybody there. But so we're always interested in those kind of ideas, that it's something that maybe as a business you can't do on your own, but if you want support and want help, I mean, that's what we're looking to do this year. Try to breathe some life into these ideas and really execute on them. So I think however the chamber can help do that, we have the opportunity. We do have a few events coming up, and I will hand these out, so hopefully if anyone has not seen this, our annual dinner, it's our 41st annual dinner this year. It will be here at the Tax on January 22nd, starting at 5:30. Our superhero theme to unlock or highlight the superpowers of our businesses. So we did announce today that Jeremy Raverty is our individual chamber member of the year. Already hearing how much work he put into the Christmas tree here at Kiwanis. It's the same thing for the chamber. I mean, he is at every event, steps in when we need him. We just really couldn't ask for a better ambassador and spokesperson for the chamber and for everything he does. So it's very, very appropriate. So we'll hopefully the award for that event, and then our high school, we did announce the Educator of the Year award winner, as well as Megan Hare, who is a special needs teacher at the high school. So she will be in attendance as well that evening. And our Chamber Business Member of the Year is Lucille's. So we'll let them know this afternoon. They sort of already know. I've already told Kim I'm going to come by and talk to her about something. But yeah, so we're kind of excited. Anything sort of promoting those ahead of time will create some buzz. And then it is open to the community. We want people to come in and enjoy it and celebrate the businesses and do some networking. We'll play a few games, there'll be raffle items, that kind of thing. So.
And Israel's the MC.
And Israel has as our MC for the year, which is what I will say, when Trisha, I mean, there's so many notes and folders and so much great record keeping that when I was going back for this, from 2013, there's a program and run of show where Israel was the host that year, or it helped out a lot. So it was just kind of funny to go back to the notes. I'm like, oh. So we're excited to have him back as the director of Freedom Park and to run the show, which I think he'll bring a great energy to that. One of the other projects that I think could be a great partnership with the city here and with some of the other groups, the downtown decorations. We were so blessed to have Peg, why do I keep not pronouncing it, Jakes, was so kind enough to donate $500 to do additional downtown decorations, mostly for the holidays here. We do have sort of a plan in place to come up with a committee to figure out better. We put the trees up, the trees fell down on the post. We had the stars put up, the stars need new lights. But I think in order to make it a winter destination, if we see what all these communities are doing around us, what can we do to make people want to come see the lights, spend some time downtown, check out Prescott. So we do have some plans in place to revamp the lights, different poles that we can do, the lighting around, but really come up with a strategic plan for it. So not that we're just spending this money that people are donating willy-nilly. We want to know what we're looking for. And then also for spring and summer decorations, we do the hanging baskets, but what other opportunities are there out there? So we are doing a meat raffle on February 8th, Saturday afternoon at No Name, to raise money for that pot as well. So I think, again, with the partnership with the city, they're interested and invested. Everybody sort of wins when we beautify downtown. So I think that'll be a sort of year-long priority as well for the chamber. And then, as I mentioned, just the partnership. So, I think having a lot of overlapping of our members, it's a natural fit to sort of help and want to promote what Kiwanis is doing. And then sort of branching out to some of these other local civic organizations in town too. So, I know we get the Gathering Place calendar as well, so to help promote what's going on there, however we can help get the word out. I will pass some of these things around. Costumes are welcome for the evening, so bring out your cape and mask. We have 4 or 5, speaking of our MC for the night, we were just talking about it. Yeah, so Sternhouse, First National Bank, Wisconsin, and NOAA are sponsors for the dinner again this year, so we really appreciate that support. But again, open to the public. We would love everybody to come. Yeah, and I'm just excited to sort of get out and keep working on some of these programs, find ways to do more to help support the businesses, grow our membership. Amber Hansen will be stepping up as our president for next year, so we're excited about that. We are retaining most of our board members, which is exciting, but we're always looking for new board members to grow that. So anyways, if anyone's interested in joining, I've got more information on the chamber, and then we'll, like I said, be rolling out our new website and logo hopefully soon. So I think that'll be a nice refresh and get everybody engaged and interested. So I don't know, any questions, comments, ideas?
I think they've seen a nice, fresh, new look for the chamber. Thank you. Doing a good job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Casey, I think you're I don't know where you came from, but this is excellent that you're here. You're doing a really good job, and it's noticed. Everyone notices it, but we're lucky to have you.
I appreciate it. It really does, it combines sort of everything I've loved. And I think in the past when I've spoken about my time when I lived in DC and the lobbying for companies, I mean, the truly the networking, the fundraising, the just getting out and meeting people, I mean, that is something I love to do, and I've always been pretty blessed to be able to get paid to do it, which is kind of crazy. This just sort of fit all of that. So I love the organizing, the meeting planning part of it, the networking. We obviously have such a great community. There's, I think, so much we can do. I think half the time I wind up, we have these meetings, we start brainstorming, you start throwing in like Prescott days, and all of a sudden I'm like, stop, wait, chamber hat, what am I supposed to do for my members? Okay, that's, but it because it is such a tight-knit community, I mean, that it all does run together and all that. So sometimes it is, get too spread out or, get off the mission, but it is a lot of fun. And again, the support of the members and engaged people, it makes it that much easier. But I definitely do enjoy it. So, and I feel like it's 6 months now, and I feel like I understand the role of the day-to-day, the paying the bills, the business, which thank God for our treasurer Julie, like saves me all the time. That piece of it, so that we can hopefully start to build on some of these ideas. I mean, one thing that keeps popping up that I really want to get done in the next month are these welcome bags. So people move to town. We've got, the realtors should have these things. We've got, we talked about a missed opportunity with the dance competition this last weekend. I mean, 35 different teams came to the high school, and we could have had little bags that said, hey, if you're here in town, eat here, go hang out here, see this, So I think if we have that stuff ready to go, it's just one easier thing to hand out so that you promote Prescott. And again, it requires some talking and connection that this, that's what I was telling Gabby about, like having a contact at the school to say, hey, we've got this coming up, or letting the city know, and just the more we can talk through all that, I think we won't miss these opportunities.
I'm glad to hear that, because that topic just came up at the gathering place this week when we reopened. And, they used to have a welcome something, and how do people, and it's changed because there's privacy things like phone numbers and all that, but it makes a difference when, we get new members and new people to Prescott, so how do you let them know about stuff?
Right. Yeah, and I think if we wind up giving them to the real estate agents themselves, versus like trying to track new people down. I had one gentleman come by the office who I'm new, who's my cable, who do I do my, trash and electric, those kind of things, but also, there's a table there that he could pick calendars and pens and things up, but in that instance, we knew who he was, but you're right, I think if there's a way, to give those guys or any of the financial firms that see new clients that are new to town that are looking for that, so that's, again, just one of those, like, it's small, but now that I've sort of got my routine down, like we can start focusing on implementing, some of these actual programs. So.
And I like the way with the networking aspect, I think it's important to do the breakfast and lunch, just because it'll get more people out, and hopefully down the road, that'll help drive membership too. Yeah. Just because if the whole purpose behind this networking, if you can't make it to the monthly lunch meeting, part of the value that you want to get out of it, you're not getting. But during the times, I think it's important.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we did for the ladies' night out, we, our members were able to, promote their business. But if you had so again, from the Ground Up Farms, they paid the $5 fee to set up a table as a non-member to participate. So it's helping them, and then turned around, they were exposed to the chamber, what we could do and how we could help them, and then they became a member. So I think there's more opportunity like that you can pay a non-member fee to participate. We can help out. That doesn't take away the value that we add to our chamber members. And again, if we sort of help one, we can, it helps everyone, I feel like. So, and then, we're tossing around ideas about the structure of dues and things like that. And, we'll sort of see what we, depends on what members are looking for. What is the value of being a member of the chamber? And, we know for some of the storefronts, it's that immediate transaction, where you walk in, you buy something from My Happy Place, or you buy something from, Muddy's or Lucille's or whatever. But then there's the service providers that I think, we sort of have to dig a little deeper and say, how do we get that business there? And I think you're right, part of it is just the networking, so that as, you can refer each other to business and all that. So, but those opportunities to get together. and have those conversations, I think will be important this year, so.
Well, thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Charlie.